I don't know if there was a specific moment where I felt like I am in this fight. I think it was more so a realization that I have been in this fight. I've always been standing up for women's equality. People in my high school always called me a feminist.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. Here are the five for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready.
Now, here is George. A three from Leonard. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Morris passes to James. Over George. Here's Gasol. And it's sent back by George. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Leonard. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Pacers. Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Gasol trying to free himself up. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Leonard. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's George finishing it off.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Outside for Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. George looking over the floor. Clock is at 3. The Clippers need to get off a shot.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's George. After the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Zubac rejected by Gasol.
The former Defensive Player of the Year, Gasol, showing his stuff.
James, no good.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
On the wing, Jackson. Off target from three-point range.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
The quick first step of James, along with his power, that's the difference on the drive.
George against Caldwell Pope. And here's Leonard from 3. He can't hit that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision-making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. Kuzma kicks to James. Harrell down low. Covered by Morris. Patterson against Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. from the wing, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. George has got his third basket of the night. On the wing, James. Kuzma outside. Inside. Harrell down low. Patterson's there. Stolen by George. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by James.
You got to keep an eye out for LeBron. He may be lurking. What a block that one was.
Pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
Damian Jones is checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Paul George. Here's Kennard. It's tipped. Now the Lakers on the break. Jones, the pass to Harrell. He got it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Lakers lead by 1. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019. Largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former defensive players of the year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Valanos. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Well, yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Luke Kennard. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Williams. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Harrell finds Kuzma. Left side, Jones. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
It's stolen by Jones, and it's the Lakers on the break. Kuzma with the ball. Horton Tucker, the pass to Jones. A special move before the shot. Now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
It's stolen by Jones. Harrell with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Williams passes to Patterson, over Jones, and no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Kuzma finds Jones. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. The pass to Harrell. Wide open. Morris with the rebound. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. 1:31 left in the second quarter.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Harrell the pass to Jones from 13, and Harrell the bucket on the assist by Jones. Harrell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Lakers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Kennard kicks to Morris. 1:03 left to play in the first half. Offline with his 3. Lakers leading by 8. Pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. He's got 7. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Again, the miss by Morris.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. Lakers working the ball around now. That's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Clippers trail by 10. Jackson looking around. Over in the corner, Batum. Zubac kicks to George. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
James wide open. And that one released in time, but no good.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. You knew when the Lakers landed Davis's team would. That's all for now.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 10. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marcus Gasol is out there with Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Here's Leonard. And that one hits back iron.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
And here is Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. James has a 2-pointer. Kept alive. Caldwell Pope passes to James. Shot clock at 5. No good with the elbow jumper.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Like so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And now the Clippers on the break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Morris looking over the floor. Gasol dishes to Morris. Caldwell Pope against Leonard. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Here's George. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. George has got 8 points.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court. And then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
Gasol passes to Schroeder. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. A rebound by the Lakers. James has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Gasol slams it in.
He could have tried to force a shot there. Instead, LeBron keeps his eyes up, finds an open teammate.
Caldwell Pope against George. Gasol with the steal. James, the pass to Gasol. Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, shaky defense there, giving up the bucket plus sending KCP to the line.
For the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for George. Jackson against Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers trail by 11. Williams kicks to Batum. Takes the 3. A rebound by the Lakers. 1:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Batum with the steal. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Patterson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You have to like the way Patterson can bait defenders into a foul. Very crafty.
This is his first free throw of the game. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. Jackson against Schroeder. Over Jackson. And again, the Lakers no good. The Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the 3rd. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Morris passes to Patterson. Banked in off the glass. Patterson's got 4 this quarter.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
Lakers leading by 7. Arrow high post. And Morris comes over to help. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Finished off the break. Patterson's got 12 in the game.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Here's Caruso. 9 points in the game so far. Schroeder with the ball. Williams picks him up. Bangs home the trifecta. 12 points for him.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Williams passes to Jackson. Williams trying to break free. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Williams.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Schroeder against Jackson. Passes it to Caruso. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Just 4 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And Williams, here we go.
Good recognition by Lou. Sees a crack in the defense, has the speed to exploit it.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead, leading by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the point. So the wing on the left. Now Schroeder down low. Shoots over Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. And Harrell slams it in.
A big man with great lift. Montrezl Harrell loves playing above the rim.
Here's Jackson. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that game against the Hawks, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Both teams deciding to change it up. He hits both from the stripe.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And here's LeBron outside. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's LeBron. Morris kicks to Gasol. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Just 4 to shoot.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And George with the stuff.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Pass to Morris. The drive by LeBron. He feeds it to Gasol. Three-pointer. And no good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard against LeBron. To tie it up. Here's Zubac. And it's all evened up.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. James dishes to Gasol. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And the Lakers lead by 2.
That's great offense. LeBron does it over and over again, whether it be for himself or for one of his teammates.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
James finds Morris. Now Schroeder. Outside for Gasol. Morris trying to free himself up. No good from Gasol. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's Leonard missing.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
A wide open look for Gasol. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers shooting for the game at 42%. George with the ball. Kicks it out to Leonard. George passes to Zubac to take the lead. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. 8 feet away. And Zubac puts it in. Zubac has got 6 points in the quarter. The Lakers trail. James looking it over. And James throws it down.
When you need a big score, you want LeBron to at least touch the ball, and this is why.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Looking to get back on track here.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Schroeder finds Caldwell Pope. It's good from long range. And the Lakers lead by 1.
And Caldwell Pope not letting the pressure of the moment affect his focus.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for Batum. Schroeder against George. Here's Zubac. Moves back up. And it's George missing. It's 2-on-1. Schroeder with the ball. Starting now by Jackson. And the dunk by LeBron.
The defender is left helpless to stop that. LeBron with too many tools in the toolbox and that killer instinct.
The 3 from George. Gasol with the steal. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
The three-pointer, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
A 3 from Leonard. Off target from downtown. Gasol kicks to James. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Schroeder. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. The energy is mounting. Almost time for basketball at 2K Sports presents the NBA. D-Agent.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Nets, we've got Irving. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the point.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Durant. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. Midway through the season, are teams, Brent, still trying to find their identity and evolve, or is it just a matter of building on what you've already got?
I think at this point you already know what you got, Kevin, and so what you want to do, I want to be the best at what it is that I can do, and that's where I think coaching staffs are focused right now. Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
That one good for two.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The kick out to Irving. Durant in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And Jordan gets it to go.
But with the physical tools he has, Jordan's presence in the paint looms very large, and he knows to live there.
From 6 feet, rebound Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one. And that last matchup came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Now, here is Harden, following the shot by Kevin Durant. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Kyrie Irving. The Clippers also changing it up. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. And that one drops for him.
Well, Kevin Durant over the past couple seasons has been in the top 5 as the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Here's Patterson. Morris tips it back in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Harris outside. From deep three-point range. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Patterson. And it's blocked by Jordan. To the paint. Here's Patterson. Jordan with the rebound.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
A shot by Harden, wide open. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Here's Leonard. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Williams. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Harden against Williams. And here's Harris from the arc. But they recover it. Shamet the pass to Jordan. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Well, some strength on display from Jordan there. Love how he uses it to convert on these and one opportunities.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Harden. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Landry Shamet. And then for the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Brown, following the miss by Lou Williams.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Brown against Kennard. Fires for 3. That one misses. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Paul George. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the point guard position. Now here is George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Shot from 12. Not going to go that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Got a piece of it, but he stays with it. Here's Irving. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
So it's the Clippers now, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson, and it's Batum in for Morris. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in, 18 feet out. Here's Zubac. This one for 3. They shoot again, and there's the pass to Kennard. No good from outside. For Brooklyn, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 3. A 15-footer. It's hauled in by Zubac.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
Yeah, offensive rebounds are about effort, and Blake Griffin showing it there.
The Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Man. And that one, good. Man's got his first bucket in this one.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And it's in there. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And George, here we go. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 3.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Right side, George. Passes it to Zubac. Great D that time from Griffin.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
5 to shoot. Here's Mann. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. We're going to bring out the monitor and see if it ends. Some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clipper.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was... That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5.
Well, that break started by Jordan Steele. Long arms helping to get into the passing lane.
For the lead. And it's Durant laying it in. Durant's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams has checked in.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Durant wide open. He fires. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists tonight. And a deep 3 from George. Zubac's the pass to George. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running. Irving surveying the floor. No good that time.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from him.
Here's Durant. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Outside Irving. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Looking to get it going. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut back down to 3 after the basket from Irving.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets. The Clippers also making some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. Clippers leading by 3. From deep, Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
KD on the wing. Inside. Jordan finds KD. Count it. He's got 12.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
For 3, Harris. The rebound by Patterson.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And Durant sends it back. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. There's the dish to KD. Pulls up on the wing. Up again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Leonard looking around. And the layup is good. Leonard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Harden the pass to Harris. Back to Harden. Outside for KD. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
It's pretty evident to see that Kevin Durant is driven to be a great player, but it's his love for the game. The passion he has for basketball is something that's just off the charts. I know he's anxious to have another great competitive year in the NBA.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Brown comes in for Landry Shamet. Here's Jackson. That shot off. Some solid defense from Brown. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Durant. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one.
This has been relentless from KD here tonight. The defense has tried to adjust, not once, but several times, and nothing working.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And here's KD for 3. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. The Clippers in the lead. To the middle. And it's George finishing it off.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Griffin kicks to Durant. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. George against Brown. George passes to Batum. Misses in close.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Bruce Brown. KD's shot is off.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nets trail by 3. Here's the 3. Connects from 3-point range.
Trying to find that consistency from distance that's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
George looking over the floor. Can't hit that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Lobbed up there for Durant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jackson has the open look. And the Clippers miss again. The Nets have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. On its way from Irving for 2. Wide open shot is on the money. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Keeps it alive, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Irving. They get the rebound, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
Well, never giving up on the play, DeAndre Jordan keeps after that one, and a sensational flush.
Zubac kicks to George. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys,
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked, confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Outside Durant. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Jackson with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Leonard inside. Harris is there. And it's Leonard missing. Brooklyn trailing. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. And he comes up with the deuce. KD's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
And George, here we go. He feeds it to Batum. And it's Durant with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Irving. It falls!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Outside Leonard. Some solid defense from Harris. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Irving. Outside KD. Here's Jordan. KD finds Irving. Takes a 3. Paul George grabs the miss. And they're on the break. Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 2. 1 second left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
From deep, George. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
Back on and post spinning, a big one-handed slam.
After a lot of hype and anticipation, the $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament officially has a new champion.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David Banks. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league, helps him absorb the contact.
Now, here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Stolen by Holiday. And it's the Bucks on the break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And that one is good from Zubac. Well, for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Now, Leonard. After Chris Middleton missed from long range. Leonard, no luck.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Batum against Lopez. Batum with the steal. On the wing, George. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Basket counts.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Here's Holiday after the basket by Los Angeles. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Well, you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Jackson passes to Zubac. George up top. Defended by DiVincenzo. And that one's good, George. 1:30 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 5-point game. To the paint, here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Look, if you give Lopez a 7-footer this much room, it's over.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against Washington. To the inside, taken away by Holiday. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. Giannis, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Batum against DiVincenzo. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now, here's George. 7 points in the game. Drills it from outside.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. Holiday gets the bucket.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
George against DiVincenzo. And the dunk by Zubac.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Outside Holiday. The dish to Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. Knocks it loose. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying times.
Being able to go through adversity and come out strong.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Patterson in at center. The putback, it's good on the putback. Portis has got the first basket of the second quarter for Milwaukee.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
It's George on the wing. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Patterson, that's good.
Well, I think he's known as a pick-and-roll defender, but Patrick Patterson taking advantage on the offensive end. Good timing, good execution.
Augustine looking around. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to Williams. Outside, George. Lets it go with the 3. Doesn't go for it. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
A small frame, but big game. Lou Williams in the paint.
Augustine with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Passes it to Portis. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
And Morris throws it down.
Well, at a healthy 235, Marcus Morris is pretty good at throwing his weight around, especially on the glass.
And Augustine kicks to Portis. Pass to Forbes. There's the 3. The shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Morris passes to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And they're running. Here's Portis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line. Only 71% as a shooter.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Torrey Craig. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Drew Holiday in for Augustine.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Giannis outside. And stolen by Patterson. Oh, and here comes Williams all alone. The shake. And it's good on the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Well, Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
It's Giannis with the drive. Portis kicks to Giannis. The pass to Portis. And they pick up 2. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Patterson passes to Williams. And here's Kennard. Here's Mann. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. And he lays it straight in. Williams has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Yep, it counts. Middleton's got his first bucket of the night.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
Williams kicks to Patterson. Here's Oturu. Pass to Mann. And here's Kennard. Defended by DiVincenzo. On up the court. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Holiday.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And taking a look at the Clippers. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandems. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5. DiVincenzo against George. No good on the 3. The Bucks shooting really well, 54% from the floor. Here's Giannis, and Giannis throws it down.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
The 3 from George. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. Patterson's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Here's Holiday, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball. And there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Giannis, and the dunk by Giannis.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Here's George. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got 10 points.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Augustine against Williams. Augustine, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Augustine against George. They grab their own miss. Zubac, nobody near Williams. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubac has got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's Augustine. Kick out to Giannis. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
This is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better. But I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
It's a hand on it. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Passes to Williams. Patterson with it. Lopez with the steal. Here we go, all alone. Here's Connaughton. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
You know this, if you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, George. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Patterson's got 6 points.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Here's Giannis in the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's man in at the point. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. No good from Zubac. Bucks trail by 6. Holiday left side. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Jackson passes to Zubac, and it goes down 2 points. Zubac has got 4 this quarter.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Outside Holiday. And the layup falls.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Down low, and the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Up top, DiVincenzo, guarded by Jackson. Right side, Batum. Right wing. Here's man, and he goes in for the dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And the call up, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Clock at 6. Milwaukee with the rebound. Now the Bucks moving it up. DiVincenzo kicks to Lopez. Inside, here's Holiday. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
Stolen by Jackson. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Batum's got his first points of the night.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And how about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
George against Holiday. Now, here is George. He's covered closely, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. To the paint, here's Lopez. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Lopez loves this pressure. He thrives in moments. He shows his greatness. Nice shot.
George passes to Zubac. Back to George. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's sent back by Lopez. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Holiday. It's in! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
The shot by George, wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
And he commits the intentional foul. He knocks down the clutch free throw.
And definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with. And that's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
George passes to Batum. Middleton dishes to Holiday. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Misses there. So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
hasn't been.
Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. To the middle, Jackson passes to Batum. Outside for Jackson. Caldwell Pope against George. He's off from 17 feet. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's LeBron, and he banks in the layup.
Oh, you can't give James a lane to the basket. He's exceptionally quick at attacking on the drive.
George against Caldwell Pope. George passes to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Schroeder. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Lakers shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And the former second-round pick, Gasol's become an elite player at his position. He's a force at both ends.
James kicks to Gasol. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
George from deep three-point land. Got a piece of it. Gasol with the steal. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jay. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is a very real thing.
Now here's Gasol. Poked away. Shot clock at 6. Gasol is doubled. James outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
Down low, Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Here's Schroeder. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Gasol with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Floats it up for James. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, you love seeing James soar like an eagle. He's exceptional at rising up quickly for the alley-oop.
Leonard kicks to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The 9-foot shot. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by Schroeder. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket. Clippers trail by 9. And George, here we go.
Oh, the setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
On the wing, James. Gasol kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Gasol. Puts the move on. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
George, it's good. George has got his second bucket tonight.
A guy with George's focus,
can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to James. Fires the three. Batum grabs the miss. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. Outside, George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nobody near Schroeder. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. What a defensive effort they put up. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Harrell. He's out there with Jones. And it's Kuzma in at the three. Caruso, the pass to Jones. Here's Caruso. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Harrell kicks to Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Kuzma. Here's Williams. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Out to the right wing. Harrell the pass to Kuzma. Here's Horton Tucker. And that one is stuffed right through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And now here comes Jones leading the break. Kuzma passes to Jones. Here's Horton Tucker. Now the pass to Caruso. Harrell with it. Here's Caruso, covered by Morris. You always see it, these players, Greg, looking rejuvenated after the All-Star week. Does that short period of rest really make that kind of difference?
I think sometimes mentally more than physically. It's kind of an opportunity to hit the reset button and prepare yourself for the stretch run. And listen, that season is so long. And because guys train year-round now, to get that mini break, if you will, I think can work wonders for guys as they get ready to make that home stretch push.
We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Kuzma kicks to Caruso. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers trail by 10. On the wing, Williams. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Out to Morris. Pass to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. Over Jones. Patterson can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 10. Harrell the pass to Caruso. Back to Harrell. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Over Williams. Here's Harrell. Pass to Horton Tucker. And again, no good by the Lakers.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Kennard for 3. And Jones pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
With some arc, and that's 2 points on the layup. Jones has got the lead up to 12 now for the Lakers.
An all-around player. Kuzma is very solid at finding his guys in their spots.
Williams kicks to Kennard. And there's the pass to Patterson. Here we go, one-on-one. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. LeBron's checked in for Damian Jones. Horton Tucker, the pass to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. The putback clanks the putback jam. Lakers leading by 12. And a wide open look for James. They get it back. Harrell kicks to James. Second shot opportunity. Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got his first bucket of the night.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Pass to Williams. Harrell against Patterson. In the corner, Kennard with it. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams. Morris, left side. Gasol passes to James. Good on the shot. James has got 8 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lakers working the ball around now. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's George. Oh, he delivers that with
I can't believe it.
I cannot believe that.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are leading by 12. Shaq, what was your... And that should do it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at James, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
LeBron dishes to Gasol. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now the Lakers on the break. James with the ball. Gasol kicks to LeBron. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's George. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Jacks up a three. Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the D.
Caldwell Pope outside. Offside Gasol. James in the post. Leonard's there. James, no good.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And stolen by LeBron. That's all good, and that's his fifth basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Nobody near George. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Caldwell Pope's got 8. Clippers trail by 11. Right side Jackson. Outside for Batum. Three-pointer. Off the mark, and the Lakers take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Kicks it out to Schroeder from past the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. George looking around. It's rebounded by Schroeder, and it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. 11-point game. LeBron James on the wing. Right side Gasol. Morris outside to the inside. Caldwell Pope against Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Lakers leading by 13. Kicks it to Harrell. Kuzma outside. Paul George with the steal. Six to shoot on the wing, Williams. Outside for George. And the Clippers miss again.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Lakers working the ball around now. And stolen by Patterson.
I got him.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
And that one's good. Caruso. Clippers trail by 13. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Patterson can't get it to go.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. That one falls. George has got 15 points.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Shot from 12. And it's Harrell missing. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. And here's George for 3. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers lead by 13. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Jones is out there with Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point. Williams passes to George. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. Kicks it out to Jones. And there's the feed to Harrell. Ball's knocked loose, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
They get a hand on it, so it's the Lakers now. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
And George kicks to Patterson. It's George on the wing. Let's go. The shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. At one point, they led by 16. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. And it's Harrell at the elbow. To the paint. Here's Jones. And too long on the shot. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Horton Tucker, the pass to Caruso. He feeds it to Jones. And Jones slams it home.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. Now here is Morris. He's guarded closely. And it's good, 2 points.
And even when the D is all up and in on Morris, he nails the shot. Great job at keeping his eyes on the basket.
Outside, Jones. Inside. Horton Tucker, that's good. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's George. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. George has got 9 points now in just the second half. Harrell with it. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso. Clock at 4. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 6th rebound on the night. 13 feet away. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Patterson's got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Kuzma passes to Jones. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Kuzma can't get it to go.
That's a nice defensive effort. Sticking right up on him, affecting the shot.
Here's Patterson. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Caruso. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harrell down low. Zubats defending. Pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Harrell. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. For the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Lou Williams. From deep, George. The Clippers keep it alive. Zubats kicks to George. Outside, Batum. A second chance effort. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Fast break, the Lakers. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Schroeder finds Gasol. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up.
Shooting one.
Great opportunity for a three-point play. That one misses for Schroeder. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
The Lakers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. James with a deep three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard with the bucket.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
From deep three-point range, no good. And so the Lakers take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was. But
all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Tournament.
In the third and final contest, Splash opened up with a pick-and-roll dunk and Havlicek 3-ball to take a quick 5-0 lead.
Havlicek for 3.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
Yeah, and looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Jackson in at the point. And here are the Nets. Irving with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and start, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. Leonard, the pass to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Harris outside. Offline with his 3. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Leonard missing.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Harden the pass to Irving. Harden against Jackson. Harden, that's good.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Jackson kicks to George. Zubac the pass to George. All sorts of time. Outside for Batum. George looking over the floor. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Durant for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Jackson misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Back to Harris. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
And George kicks to Leonard. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Zubac, and Jordan sends it back. And he recovers it. 6 on the shot clock. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A different look for the Clippers. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Jackson. And a change for the Nets. Shamet's checked in.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Count it.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Patterson passes to George. The rebound by the Nets. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
Leonard, no luck.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Nets leading by 5. Harden scanning the floor. And the jam by Harden.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Williams gets the bucket.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Harden against Williams. Harden outside. For 3, Harris. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made one of them. Now, here's Kennard. He's covered by Shamet. Morris, no good. And here is Shamet. A deep 3 from Durant. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Nets. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Green, Brown out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. It's Harden with the drive. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. 5-on-3 break. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Williams. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is checked in for James Harden. Irving kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot from outside the arc. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Zubac, no good. Nets leading by 4. Here's Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
On the wing, Batum. Guarded by Green. Here's Zubac. And it's sent back by Irving. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Here's Luwawu. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Nets lead by 7.
We see his playmaking ability. Each year it's been growing and growing. Beautiful play by Kyrie.
Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Irving up top. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Yep, that one goes in there.
Slithering off the pick and roll, Kyrie makes the right decision to keep it himself.
Passes it to Zubac. Here's Batum. A rebound by the Nets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Here's Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's George. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Here's Irving. Plays it up and banks it in. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Nobody near George. Sinks the triple. George has got 7 points.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
A nice shot by Irving.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Los Angeles guys, shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Durant's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Brown. Outside, George. And it's George again missing. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
I'll tell you, that's the one thing. Hustle. Blake just outworking everyone to the ball.
Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 9. And we've reached halftime in this one. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Brooklyn did not hesitate to set the pace. They showed tremendous effort and drove. And that.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Pass to Batum. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And he's able to get it back. The deep 3 from George. But they get it back. Zubac the pass to Jackson. And George, here we go. Misses off the right iron.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Irving's got 10.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Outside, George. That doesn't go either for George.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
And the jam by Harden.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Jackson misses.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Stolen by Zubac. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it out. On the wing, Jackson. Back to George. 5 to shoot. Gets an open look and hits. George has got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Clippers. Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity.
Oh, what a play!
What is? Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Harden against George. To the middle. Stolen by Jackson. And here comes the break. George passes to Batum. Lets the 3 fly. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from George.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Stolen by Jackson. The finish, and the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Irving against Jackson. There's the triple. Good on the three-point shot. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson. And the Nets also making a change. Shamet's checked in. Kept alive. Leonard against Harden. Stolen by Harden. Harris looking it over. There's the pass to Durant. KD draws the double. In the corner. Shamet with it. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
In terms of height, Durant was not a late bloomer. Already a 6-footer in middle school.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams. The three from George. And he's good on the three ball. George has got 12 points in just the second half.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there time and time again.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. What a quarter that saw. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2, setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Outside, George. And he drops it in from the low post. George has got the lead, back up to 2 now for Los Angeles. Now Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Leonard finds Patterson. Green against George. A three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. Outside Irving. Over George. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden. And that's 15 points for Kyrie Irving.
A man of many moves. Kyrie showing us a little of everything tonight.
And George, here we go. Back to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Irving against George. Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Irving against George. Fires the 3. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got his 7th rebound here tonight. There's the lob to Harden. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Patterson kicks to George. From deep, the long-distance three is buried. And it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
On the wing, Irving. For three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. George way outside. James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got 8 rebounds in this game. Leonard with the steal. Leonard on the wing. On the wing, George. Over Harris. That shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. In the corner, Harden. It's Jordan on the wing. Irving gets to Durant. Fires from deep. Let's keep it alive. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
A seasoned vet with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remains calm under pressure.
A nice shot by George.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Kevin Durant.
I mean, no hesitation in the clutch. Scoring the ball is second nature to KD.
George, that's a 2-pointer, and he swishes it right through. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And the shot goes in.
When the lights are at his brightest, Kyrie loves coming through.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
And a wide-open look for Irving. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. George against Irving. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Nets. Down low. Money!
He loves to fire up his team with the big finish. KD rocking the rim.
Williams with the ball. Leonard the pass to George. Williams, that's a 2-pointer, and the miss. So it's the Clippers taking the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The view high above our broadcast level. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the power forward. Frank, it's going to be a battle of the boards tonight, and you know what that's like. You played alongside some great rebounders.
No doubt about it. Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley. I mean, Brian Grant, a lot of guys that earn their living wearing that hard hat.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold and then take what the defense gives you.
Now, here is George. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. And the rejection by Leonard. Nobody near George. And it's George again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Misses the 3. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And George kicks to Zubac. George against Holiday. The jump hook, and that one's good, George.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Holiday up top, guarded by Jackson. Here's Lopez. The Clippers grab the miss.
Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Here's George, following the basket by Chris Middleton. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Milwaukee also making some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Portis. Back to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Giannis passes to Portis. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
I mean, we've had some great passing big men in the NBA over the years. Giannis moving his way up the ladder now.
And stolen by Portis. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. The Bucks also changing it up. Torrey Craig comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Bryn Forbes in for Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
The pass to Connaughton. To the inside. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Here's Augustine over Williams. And the Bucks miss again.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
The shot by George, no good.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Augustine from outside. Offensive rebound. Craig, good.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Now, here is George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
The PG playing behind the pick and roll, able to use his size, and a pretty good decision that time with the basketball.
Williams with the steal. On the wing, George. He's got 6. And Patterson kicks to George. From the arc. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love.
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter.
Definitely the game will slow down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, we've got Bobby Portis. And it's Craig in at the 4 spot. So they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Paul George is checked in for Kennard. Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Holiday comes in for DJ Augustine. Forbes the pass to Holiday. The rebound by Patterson.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Outside for George. The 3. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
And here's George for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Here's Forbes. No good. That would have tied it.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Takes the 3. Middleton can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 5. And it's out of bounds. Well, they say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Williams. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. One-on-one here. Batum finds Zubac to the paint. Lopez with the steal. Now the Bucks moving it up. Giannis with the ball. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. Holiday goes in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You can see the determination from Holiday on that attack, expecting contact there, and got it.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
A nice shot by George.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Outside Holiday. Trying to get open is Lopez. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Drew Holiday.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
From deep, George. The rebound by the Bucks.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And it's blocked.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
And George, here we go. And the dunk by Zubac.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Holiday. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's George for 3. They get it back. Outside for Batum. Jackson passes to Zubac. From deep, George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. And the greatest bench scorer in NBA history. Only getting better. And that's going to do it for us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Batum in at the power forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category, and a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Leonard picks him up inside. The kick out to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. Middleton for 3. Drops in the tray. Middleton's got 5.
How about Middleton saying, you take that, I got some payback for you right here.
Passes it to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The 3 from George. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. Holiday attacking. Softly drops in the floater. 9 points in the game so far.
That's a great drive from Drew Holiday, using that blazing speed to his advantage.
DiVincenzo against George. From deep, That doesn't go either for George.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to scream down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
To the middle, here's Lopez. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Bucks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
The Bucks making a switch here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Bucks trail by 9. Augustine dishes to Lopez. Poked away, taken away by Williams. Here's Mann, guarded by Augustine. Mann can't hit. Bucks shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively.
A 3-time sixth man of the year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we could start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
And Augustine kicks to Portis. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Man with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Right side, Williams. Dishes it to Patterson. Can't connect from short range. Bucks trail by 9. Here's Connaughton. Tries again. And Portis with the layup. Portis has got 6.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
And Morris throws it down.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Augustine. And that one is good. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
If he's making shots like that, the teammates want to feed that confidence. Middleton with a sweet stroke.
Jackson has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Clippers lead by 11.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Forbes can't get it to go.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Patterson. Here's Mann, defended by Middleton. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton penetrating, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Sprinting up the floor and beating everyone down. That's the reward for Chris Middleton.
Jackson passes to Kennard. 23 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Mann. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he gets it to go. Patterson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Takes it down to Middleton. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Portis has got 8 points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the...
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 9. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Forbes in its shooting guard. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
How about Lopez inside showing some smooth, fluid moves?
And he knocks down the first one. Lopez hits them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
George looking over the floor. For the 3. Giannis grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 10. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Patterson. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 21 in the game. Jackson against Holiday. The pass to DiVincenzo. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Los Angeles leading by 13. Outside, George. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And it's George again missing. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Middleton doing a good job of being creative and finishing a difficult look.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
George against Middleton. Outside, George. To the inside, Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
That's the man you want running into the pick and roll. It's Paul George at the helm. He's got the ball and makes a great play.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Clippers leading by 12. The 3 from George. Cans it from downtown. George has got 12 points here in the second half.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Holiday, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, Drew very much willing to go in there, scrap out a rebound, and hit the boards.
DiVincenzo against George. 1:33 left in the game. Nice spin off the left rim and in. George has got 26 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 18-7 run. George double teamed. Left side Williams. Back to George. From deep. That one no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Up and in from the low block.
Giannis right now getting hard work done on the inside to get some extra possession.
And a deep three from George. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Tries it from 19. No good there. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was, thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.